Ladies and gentlemen, Greg Mikulowski from ForexLive.com. This is the Forex Kickstart video. Today's date is September 3rd, 2024. In the Kickstart video, I take a look at three of the major currency pairs as we start the U.S. session. The Euro versus U.S. dollar, the dollar versus yen, and sterling versus U.S. dollar. So let's get started. It was a holiday in North America yesterday. Both Canada and the U.S. were on holiday to end the summer, Labor Day to be more specific. So we're, although the Forex market was open, the U.S. Stock market and bond market were closed, and we're seeing yields remain fairly unchanged from Friday's level. The U.S. stocks, however, are lower to start the trading day. In the U.S. dollar, the U.S. dollar is trading a little bit higher. We'll start by taking a look at the Euro versus U.S. dollar. This is on the hourly chart, and what we've seen really over the last few days is up and down trading in fairly narrow trading range. We did reach a new low here today, going back to this day right here, which is around August 17th or thereabouts. And we also fell a little bit below the 38.2% retracement of the move up from the, I guess that's August low to the August high. So the August trading range came in at 110.38. We fell below that level, but as you can see, we're back higher. We held above this lower trend line here. So we did get below the 38.2, which is always my target for any sort of a trend type move. You want to see the price move below the 38.2% retracement, but you wanted to see it stay below that level, and right now hasn't been able to do that. We only spent around 3 or so hours below that level before rotating back to the upside in the early North American session here today. So sellers are trying, but they're having a little bit more difficulty in getting below that key target on the downside. Note that on Friday we came down toward that 38.2 and found support buyers. I guess that wasn't Friday, that was yesterday. Remember, the market was open yesterday in the foreign exchange market, so it did come down toward that level and found the support buyers against that level. So watch this level right here. If we get below that 110.38 level with more momentum, look for further downside potential with the lower trend line and this swing area down through here between 1.0998 and 1.1016 as the next key target to get to and through, followed by the 50% of the August trading range. Let's take a look at the dollar versus the index. And again, I'll focus on the hourly chart for this currency pair. And if we take a look at this chart right here for the month of August, we moved up, tried to move higher early in the month, and then fell back lower and then back higher toward the end of the month as we head into September. We did get above the 38.2% of the August trading range in trading yesterday, but have rotated back to the downside, and we're kind of running into this trend line, running into the rising 100-hour moving average and the 50% midpoint of the August trading range. Both those levels coming at 145.53. Below that is a 200-hour moving average at 145.20. Get below both those levels, or this is going to be the key barometer for trading in the dollar versus yen. Move below this area going forward, and the bias shifts more in favor of the sellers. Stay above that level, and the buyers are still in play, barely. But still in play, and probably hold a little bit more control over the sellers given the ups and downs that we're seeing in this currency pair over the last month or so of trading. So be aware of this level. This is going to be the key barometer right here at the 50%, and then get below the 200-hour moving average increases the bearish bias for that pair. Finally, let's take a look at the sterling versus US dollar. Again, we'll focus on the hourly chart. And what we saw in trading last week was a rotation to the downside. In trading yesterday, we saw up and down price action with a little bias to the upside. Today, we're seeing up and down price action with a little bias to the downside. And but what you can see on this chart is that in last week's trading, we fell below the 100-hour moving average right here. Came down to this swing area through here, rotated back to the 100-hour moving average, following the willing sellers, and getting below the 200-hour moving average. That occurred on Friday. That was the first break below the 200-hour moving average, going back to this day right here, mid-August, and falling below that level, and then staying below level here, kept the sellers more in control. So the sellers are trying to push lower. What we haven't done is getting anywhere near the 38.2% retracement of that trend move to the upside. Also near that 38.2 is the 100-bar moving average on the 4-hour chart. So we got to go all the way down to here to increase the bearish bias to show that the sellers are more in control. But in the shorter term, these two moving averages right up here will be eyed for topside resistance. If we could stable at that level, maybe over time we head back down toward the downside. But if we move back above the 100 and 200 hour moving average, maybe even back above this swing level in trading here today, we could see more upside or the upside returning in full force above those moving average levels. So there you have it, a kickstart your trading day for September 3rd with a look at the euro versus US dollar, dollar versus yen, sterling versus US dollar. My name is Greg Bogolowski. Good fortune with your trading. Bye-bye now.